that pitch is hit to deep center field, and Lofton goes back to the track, and that ball will fly away.
Boone and Cameron go back-to-back in Chi-Town, while the Pacers look to top their feet with some excitement of their own.
Ollie got it to Reggie. Here's a three. Yes! 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 Yes!
Determined not to be beaten,
2 home runs each in the first inning from Boone and from Mike Cameron. 2 members of one team hitting 2 home runs in an inning.
but Reggie and the Pacers weren't done yet.
Reggie drives it to the hoop, and he slams it.
An amazing night in sports on Sportscenter right now.
Mike Cameron becomes only the 5th man in Major League history to hit 4 home runs in 4 consecutive at-bats.
If ever there was a Sportscenter to watch, I'd say this would be the one. With Linda Cohn, I am Scott Van Pelt. A near meltdown in our newsroom.
It was classic. It was lightning in a bottle. We captured it, and we flash it all before your eyes. We begin, though, with something you've never seen before.
New Comiskey, home to history on a Thursday night in May. Mike Cameron and his teammates wrapping up a series, and what's it going to be? How about a home run? Brett Boone, his 5th of the year. 2-run shot, 2-0 Mariners. Not that big a deal. They score a bunch of runs. They won 116 games a year ago. And Mike Cameron says, how about back-to-back? Let me in on this. His 6th of the year. He's been having vision problems. That wasn't him. That was the camera there. Kenny Lofton's made some great catches in his career. Not that one, but all of a sudden, Mike Cameron seeing the ball. Later in the first. Get off me ball! Boone's 2nd at-bat. His 6th of the year. It's now 9-0 Mariners. Next batter, 12th of the inning. Cameron will not be left out again. Straight away center field, his 2nd of the inning. Back-to-back homers, back-to-back times. It's the first time that's ever happened in history. Boone and Cameron, history not done just quite yet. The Mariners, the 2nd team this week to hang a 10 spot. Bottom 2nd, Paul Konerko. There's some D in this one if you can believe it. Carlos Guillen, he can't possibly make the throw.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, he can. An amazing play. The defense not done. How about Mike Cameron's next at-bat? I am William Wallace. His 8th of the year. It's 11-0 Mariners. Mike Cameron giveth with the bat, and he taketh away with the glove. Bottom 3, 2 out. Sacks full for Maglio Ordonez, and Mag puts a charge into one. A grand slam. You can put it on the board. Yes. No. Mike Cameron had a different idea in his mind. Top 5. Looking for his 4th at home run and as many at-bats. Talk to me, Dave Niehaus.
And that pitch is hit to deep center field. Back goes Lofton to the track, to the wall. Cameron has done it. Mike!
That's where the newsroom nearly blew up. Top 7, his 5th at-bat. Could he hit number 5 in as many at-bats? Mike Porzio does not want to have his name attached to history, so he plunks him in the leg. Denied number 5 this time, but then in the top of the 9th, Mariners batting around again, his 6th at-bat. He's got a shot. Will Jeff Leeper give him something to swing at? Yes, he does, and swing Cameron does. Get up, ball. Oh, it doesn't do it. Jeff Leeper makes a great grab. Cameron knew he was close. He needed some levitation, Holmes. It was not coming. No Wonder Boy there, but he swung like Wonder Boy. The fans and Comiskey certainly appreciating the effort. In Mike Cameron's last 10 games, he was batting 125, 13 Ks and 1 ribby. He had 31 Ks and 22 hits before this game. Brett Boone was batting .056 in his last 5 games. It's a goofy game. You know what? There's other stats. There's other trends. Frankly, you don't care. You want to hear from Mike Cameron. And here he is feeling kind of like another star in Chicago. Remember MJ in the NBA Finals? Cameron does.
It was one of those days, I guess if I could compare it to anything, it was like MJ when he hit the 6 threes against Portland. And he shrugged his shoulder. That's what I told guys on the bench. I don't know, I'm just putting a good swing on the ball. And it was a great opportunity for us to just get some base hits and get our team on the roll again. And, it worked out very well for us. And being a part of history is only, it's a very sweet thing to be a part of because this is a very, very sweet history of the game of baseball.
That it is. More on history a little bit later from Chicago. And as you saw, Cameron had a couple of shots, becoming the only man in history of the game to hit 5 home runs, nearly delivered, As it is, he joins this illustrious list of men to homer in 4 consecutive at-bats. The last was Michael Jack Schmidt. Incidentally, Cameron, the only man whose 4 homers were all solo shots.
You think that was exciting? How about the Game 5 Pacers and Nets? Isaiah Thomas and the Pacers looking for the upset. First quarter, keep an eye on Kmart. Kenyon Martin in the spot shadow. Martin, so confident in the big game, the biggest game of his life. Backdoor, 29 points for Kmart. Nets up 2. Later in the first, with the Nets up 8, Brad Miller puts up the lay-in, and Kmart with a major rejection. Later in the first, Pacers down 1. Keep an eye on Kevin Ollie now. Ollie's going to out-hustle 2 net players to the ball and convert the lay-in. Ollie, 8 points, 8 assists in 34 minutes. Pacers up 1, Scott.
Second quarter, Pacers down 3. Brad Miller, who had 17 boards with a great steal. Great Pacers ball movement. Ball never touches the ground until Jermaine O'Neal flushes it hard. Pacers down 1. Next, Nets possession. Nice ball movement from the Nets, as usual, thanks to Jason Kidd. Eventually, Keith Van Horn. Oh, that's levitation, Holmes. Game tied at 51-all at the half. Linda.
To the third. Nets down 3. Keep an eye on Jamal Tinsley. He's injured. He's on the bench. He's going to try to distract Keith Van Horn as he attempts the 3-pointer. Hey, guess what? It didn't work. Good try. Van Horn got the bucket, and Tinsley got the technical. Later in the third, Van Horn. Another 3. 5 of 8 from 3-point range with Keith Van Horn. 27 points, Scott.
In the fourth, Pacers down 3. Jermaine O'Neal, who is 8 of 16 from the floor, muscles in strong. Bucket, Pacers down 1. Next, Nets possession. Kidd elevates, drains the jumper. He had 31. The Nets up 3. Late fourth quarter, Pacers down 3. Reggie gets Keith Van Horn in the air, draws the foul. Van Horn is out. A 91% free throw shooter in the regular season to lead the NBA. Miller hits the first. My goodness, he misses the second. Van Horn is feeling good. And then the third. Pacers down 1. Now, after missing his first free throw, Richard Jefferson misses the second attempt. Pacers down 3. Who are you going to give the ball to?
They must hurry with 2. Ollie got it to Reggie. Here's a 3. Yes! 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 He hit it from 40 feet as time expired, and now the officials are going to confer.
Now, it should have been no, despite the fact that it's just an amazing shot, kind of a reverse Baron Davis. This time the ball in his hand, the red light is on, but the bucket is ruled good. We go to OT, Linda.
Yeah, just over a minute left in OT, Ron Mercer. 10 of 16 from the field, 20 points, Pacers up 3. Next, Nets possession, it's Jay Kidd. This is sick. 20 of his 31 coming in the fourth. Nets within 1, under 30 seconds left, it's Kenyon Martin. Illmatic, and you can add a free throw, and the Nets were up 2. So with the Pacers down 2, Nets preparing for a 3-pointer by Reggie. Miller had a little bit of surprise for New Jersey. Surprise, we're tied. Another great play by Reggie.
I know a lot of people around here talk about me as I'm some like a boogeyman in the playgrounds or something, that I'm some myth or something, that I come up with all these plays.
I think people will talk about this one for a long time. There were a lot of great plays, a lot of great moments in the game. It had excitement. It had ups and downs. I mean, it had a lot of drama to the game. It was, it's what NBA basketball should be about.
3 seconds left in overtime. The Nets have a chance. Who do you give it to? Jay Kidd, of course, but in and out. So he goes got to double overtime.
Give me some more. Give me some more. Double OT. Game tied. Kerry Kittles with the lay and the foul. He had 9. Nets up 3. Minute left in double OT. Same advantage in Kidd. Kidd, he's got the minerals. Have some more. The Nets up 5, and the Nets avoid becoming the third #1 seed in this playoff format to lose to an 8 seed. Kidd, Martin, and Van Horn combined for 87. The Nets 2-10 all-time in a playoff series. Thursday night's Pacers-Nets game, Linda, the first playoff game in NBA history, tied at the half, tied at the end of the third, tied at the end of the fourth, tied at the end of the first overtime, and when it was finally over, Reggie Miller with some tough, if not honest, assessments of his teammates.
I'm disappointed because their young guys stepped up, and I feel our young guys didn't. Kenyon Martin, he made the difference, especially in the second half and in those 2 overtimes, and our younger guys didn't respond when they had to, and that's very discouraging to me because I feel that we have the best young guys in the league, and we needed plays down the stretch, and we couldn't come up with a big play.
Well, Reggie did the best that he could. He came up with some plays. More from Jersey later. The fourth longest drought without a playoff series victory in NBA history is done. Jersey bounces Indy for the second ever series triumph, the first ever. You might recall they beat the defending NBA champs Philly in '84. The first and third longest such periods of futility. Still alive, the Clips and Wizards, respectively.
Sportscenter back in 70 seconds. Can the Pistons get their motor revved up enough to prevent a first-round swap, or do the Raptors have enough fight to pull off the unthinkable? The do-or-die highlights in 2 minutes. Hey, Coach Gruden, what do you have in store for the Bucks?
Bucks 2XY hook. Bang, bang.
Don't worry, we don't know what that means either. We go to Bucks minicamp in 25 minutes. And Mike Cameron's a Mariner. Thursday, he navigated one of the greatest games in baseball history. Need to see more top plays in 44 minutes. Trying to make the Raptors win. That's his job. He's the coach. Raptors up 2 in the first. Would they be motivated? Chucky Atkins, though, driving. Keon Clark says, get that out of here. 2 blocks for Clark. Mo Pete from Flint, Michigan, finding Alvin Williams. 6 assists, 10 points for Williams. Raptors up 4. Chris Childs, the playmaker for Toronto. Childs, he had 6 assists. He finds Clark for the hoop. And 1. Raptors up 7. Late first. Time winding down. Pistons down 7. John Barry, a force off the screen. It falls. Pistons down 5 after 1. More Barry in the second quarter. Pistons down 5. Ben Wallace, one of his 17 rebounds in this game, gets it to Barry. 2 of his 12 points. Barry. The pass to Corliss Williamson was 10 of 15 from the field. And Barry, 2 of 5 from three-point range. That was 1-3. Here's the other. Raptors were up 2, though, at the break to the third quarter. With Toronto up 2, Alvin Williams. Sharing. Nice pass to Clark. Illmatic, 15 points, 6 boards. Raptors up 4. Clark 5 of 7 from the field. Chucky Atkins. Ben Wallace contributing 6 points for him.
Love that.
To the fourth quarter. You love his hair. Under 3 minutes. Score tied. Chris Childs. Childs. The move, looking for space, 6 of 15 from the field, 16 points. Under 2 minutes to go, we're tied, though, at 79. Where's Jerry Stackhouse? We haven't seen him in this highlight. Why? Because that's his first bucket from the field. Pistons up 2. Under 30 seconds left with the Pistons still up 2 off the inbounds. Corliss Williamson, best six man in the business. Gets it to fall. Career playoff high, 23 points. Pistons will get the ball back up 2 after missing the first free throw. Stack makes the second. Pistons up 3. Toronto last chance to tie it. Who gets the ball? Chris Childs with the, I don't know what that was. Foul. It was a mess.
They didn't foul. I didn't get that.
Well, they needed a 3. The Pistons, they do win. They close it out. They win their first playoff series since 1991. Next up, the winner of the Celtics-Sixers series. With his 17 boards on Thursday, Ben Wallace, your favorite, Scott, pulled down 75 rebounds in this 5-game set. The Pistons winning despite Jerry Stackhouse going just 1 for 10 from the field. But Corliss Williamson, yes, the NBA's best 6-man, was the leader of a bench that made the difference.
Our starters, they weren't playing as well as they were capable of, and sometimes it's happened during the season, and our benches came in and kind of giving us a spark, and we take a lot of pride in that.
The fact we're able to win with Stack going 1 for 10 is a great sign for our team as we look forward to the next series. But I thought that was a great game, and I thought our fans were just off the charts.
We had some opportunities. Our turnovers down the stretch hurt us, and they capitalized on it, and they were the better team tonight.
And Corliss giving them the edge with his playoff career high 23 points, making up for the below-par performance of the big 3 for the Pistons, Stackhouse, Wallace, and Robinson. I mean that on the offensive end. Of course, they've contributed in many ways.
Of course.
Williamson, a former Raptor, said after the performance against his ex-team, to be honest, it was kind of personal, but I don't want to get into that. It's a team game. Next up, worth repeating, the winner of Friday's Sixers-Celtics Game 5. Hey, just a reminder, it is so easy to play producer here on ESPN SportsCenter, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's actually a hard job, but you can get involved. Log on to ESPN.com, and you can vote what our SportsCenter showcase will be each night. It's fun. Do it.
The Showcase Highlight is brought to you by Wendy's Late Night Pickup Window, where you can eat great, even late.
our producer decided DH should be a graphic about Sammy. And
Told you it was a hard job.
Yeah, Barry started like a man possessed, and maybe we should start the Sammy watch. Sosa's hit more homers in May than any other month, save August. And it started off in snappy fashion once again. 2 yokes on May 1. How would the swinger fare on May the 2nd? Well, more of the same. 2 love Cubs, Sammy, Brett Tomko. And Sammy, he can go ahead and walk his dogs and represent Ronnie Woo-Woo to the fullest. That's his 11th. Cubs lead 3-love. They still have that same advantage. Bottom 4. Kerry Wood looking much better in this start. He gets Sean Burrows with a couple of runners on to fly to Corey Patterson. Corey with the glove and the gun, and Ryan Klesko, you're out.
Can you say woo-woo again?
I will again, just a minute. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, and once again, Sammy Sosa. It's for Ronnie Woo-Woo. He's out in Chicago. He wears the Cubs uniform, walks around the bleachers and screams Cubs, woo, whatever. Sosa's second of the game, 4th in 2 games. He's got 12, and then Moises Alou, can I get a hand clap?
Oh, let me do that.
Linda, can I get a hand clap? Thank you. That's his second homer as the Cubs. The Cubs up 6-0, and they end a 5-game losing streak. Kerry Wood, as I mentioned, back on track after giving up 8 earned runs in his last 2 starts, losing both. Sammy Sosa's home run ties him with Jose Canseco for 22nd all-time. He has 18 at Qualcomm. That's the most of any road stadium. Brett Tomko for the Pods falls to 0-6 lifetime at the Q. With his second consecutive multi-home run game, Sammy has moved up on an already impressive list. His 56th such game. He passes Jimmy Fox for sole possession of 6th. Sosa passes Ken Griffey now for second on the active list, 462 to 461. When Junior comes off the injured list, they can go, can you top this all summer? Should be fun.
8 years ago, that was the last time the Cincinnati Reds began the month of May in first place. In fact, the Reds are an eye-popping 14-6 since Ken Griffey Jr. went on the DL. How have they done it? Said Cincinnati right-hander Joey Hamilton. The guys scrap. They never give in. It's a totally different attitude from last year when I got here. Then again, Hamilton said we were 30 games out at the time and ready to go home. Since he loves the road in L.A. Thursday. Happy time in Dodgertown, tied for first with Arizona coming in. Paul LaDuca is happy, ripping the single up the middle past Elmer descends. Dave Roberts comes in to score 1-0. L.A., but we're tied at 1, bottom 4. LaDuca leading off. Boy, loves hitting against the Sens, doesn't he? A solo home run, his second of the year. 2-1 Dodgers now. Top 5, same score. Runner on second, 1 out, Jason LaRue. Off of Odalis Perez. Ruben Mateo trying to score on that from second. Marquise Grissom to throw home. LaDuca makes the tag. He's out. Let's move on now. We're heading to the bottom of the 14th, tied at 2. 2 on, 1 out. Adrian Beltre. It's a flare. Ruben Mateo diving. Can't get it. He gambled, it rolled past him. Sean Green scores the winning run in the bottom of the 14th. The Dodgers find a way to beat the Road Warriors, the Cincinnati Reds, by the score of 3-2. 12 hits did the Dodgers pound out. Dodger bullpen starred 6 innings, 0 hits allowed, 1 walk. Luis Pineda gets the loss. He actually had to leave the game in the bottom of the 14th with a sickness, so they brought in Scott Sullivan, and thus the winning run coming off of him. But the Reds lose for only the second time in their last 12 at Dodger Stadium.
Eisenman picks it up. Eisenman moving. Blue line.
When it seemed that Reggie Miller was about to steal a series from the Nets, steal them on the opposite bank of the Hudson, Jason Kidd stole it back. In the duel of the guards, Kidd slayed the ultimate gunslinger.
He had a tremendous night, when this team needed it, Game 5, at home, overtime, and down the stretch, he was huge for us. He made shot after shot. He's the MVP. He really controlled the tempo. He didn't really force anything. When they needed a basket, especially in that first overtime, they went to him. He's the catalyst, and he's the reason why they're the #1 seed in the East.
What impressed you most tonight about Jason's performance?
I couldn't pick out one thing in particular. Defensively, offensively, he was everything for us.
A late game, I went to Jay. I told him I need some points out of you. I need some buckets, so that's what he did. He came out in the fourth quarter and overtime, he showed why he's a great player. He's first team All-NBA.
If Kenyon told him that, Kenyon, told him the right thing because he came up big for us.
Miller didn't go gently. Kidd in the net staved off several furious Miller assaults, including a remarkable three-point shot that sent the game into overtime.
That's what he do. That's what he get paid to. He's done it his whole career, so it's not going to stop with us. He played a wonderful series. He put that team on his back. He did what he had to do in order to try to get them to win.
Reggie still has a step. He hit some big shots, and the big three, and then came in and dunked the ball to put it in the second overtime. I mean, so it was a battle. It was a battle of the Eastern Conference.
Clearly, though, there has been a changing of the guard in the East. The old guard, 36-year-old Reggie Miller, is out. The new guard in the person of Jason Kidd is in. At the Meadowlands, Jeremy Schaap, ESPN.
Thanks a lot, Jeremy. Only the third time in NBA postseason history the decisive game of the series went into multiple OTs. First since '57 when the Celtics defeated the St. Louis Hawks in double OT in the NBA Finals, which predates SportsCenter. So we should remind you that in that game, St. Louis player coach Alex Hannum pressed into action when 4 Hawks fouled out, called for walking in the final seconds of double OT, sealing the Celtics' 125-123 victory. Still ahead on SportsCenter. What a crazy, crazy night in the world of sports.
2 home runs each in the first inning from Boone and from Mike Cameron. 2 members of one team hitting 2 home runs in an inning. Cameron has done it! My, oh my!
Oh, he got it to Reggie. Here's a 3. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Did you see it all? We put one of the best hours in sports into chronological order in case you missed it. Don't miss it again.
This is SportsCenter on ESPN. This is another Kia World Cup hero.
Hitting some runs. That's why he shuffled his lineup, bumping up Brett Boone to number 2 in the order and moving Mike Cameron to 3. Lou got his runs. Boone and Cameron combined for 6 homers. Cameron hit 4 of them. Not bad for a guy who came into Thursday's game with just 5 home runs in his last 91 at-bats. Ann Werner witnessed history in Chicago.
Before Seattle's Mike Cameron took sole possession of the spotlight, he shared it with Brett Boone in the first inning. The pair became the first teammates in Major League history to each hit 2 home runs in the same inning.
2 guys, both of us have been scuffling lately pretty bad, and we're probably the 2 most unlikely guys to do it the way we've been swinging lately.
Thing of beauty. I mean, it's a good thing because, man, myself and Boney, we've been kind of been struggling a little bit, and it was a great opportunity for us to just get some base hits and get our team on a roll again.
Cameron was just starting to roll, adding solo shots in the 3rd and 5th inning to become only the 4th player in American League history to hit 4 homers in one game. He almost added a 5th in the 9th, but his fly ball to right field fell short.
Unbelievable. 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 I got the chills just watching the game. I got them right now from watching that.
I've seen a lot of great things in baseball, but 4 home runs in one ball game and come very, very close. They get number 5. No, that's I think that's a highlight of my career.
If I could compare to anything, it was like MJ when he hit the 6-3s against Portland, and he shrugged his shoulder. That's what I told guys on the bench. I don't know, I'm just putting a good swing on the ball.
And just for good measure, Cameron added a defensive gem with a grab at the wall in the bottom of the 3rd, robbing Maglio Ordonez of a grand slam.
He drove in 4 and saved 4.
After the game, Cameron's teammates greeted him in the clubhouse with a makeshift cardboard crown and a cape made out of towels. They'd printed King Cam on the back of it, a fitting title, as Mike Cameron certainly was king for a day. In Chicago, Ann Werner, ESPN.
Thank you, Ann. Look at this. Mike Cameron on a list with Lou Gehrig. Cameron becoming the 4th player in American League history to accomplish this rare feat. All 4 players have done so on the road. Cameron is the only member of the 4 home run club whose 4 homers were each solo shots.
Reggie Miller, well, he may not have the largest muscles in the league, but he's got heart, he's got strength, and he's part of top plays laid out. One of the most amazing hours we've seen in a while. Stick around for that.
Again, with the best players, the top teams, and the most action. Kobe Bryant trying to wheel. It's unreal. Damon, a 3 in the air. It's in! That right knee. Atkins. The NBA playoffs tonight on ESPN.
Sports Fantasy. In one night, heck, in 1 hour, we had enough thrills, spills, and unpredictable moments to fill an entire season.
And for those of you who weren't fortunate enough to experience it as it happened in the ESPN newsroom, where every game is on and the screams were coming as fast and as furious as the action, we have recreated the hour and change for you in our top plays. We begin at 9:17 Eastern. The sacks full of the home team, the good guys. Mike Cameron, he's not a DH. He plays center field. Wasn't just doing work with a bat. Mag's trying to play home run baseball. Mike Cameron says, I don't think so.
Hockey now, 9:32 Eastern. Dominic Hasek against the Blues. Dimitra with a save of his own.
And Dominic Hasek earning a stall right here. And that pitch is hit to deep center field. Back goes Lofton to the track, to the wall. Cameron has done it. My, oh, my.
4 homers in 5 innings for Mr. Cameron. What a night.
9:41 Eastern. Reggie, an electrifying night.
Got it to Reggie. Here's a 3. Yes! 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 He hit it from 40 feet!
That set the game into overtime.
Back to the ice at 9:45, getting chippy in Detroit. Rock'em Sock'em Robots in Hockeytown. Wings and Blues finish the game in style. The Wings win it 2-0.
9:46, more hockey. Ottawa shuts out the Leafs 5-0. Pat Lillian's 4th shutout of the playoffs.
9:54 Eastern, back to Jersey, more OT.
Martin with the slam on the kid penetration.
Nets back on top by 1 late.
Staying in Jersey, more Reggie.
Miller inside with the slam. Reggie
Miller ties it, and we head to double overtime.
10:07 Eastern, double overtime in Jersey, Jason Kidd. That's it, and that's all. Pacers done. Nets move on to the second round. What a night in sports. A night when White Sox fans were on their feet cheering for a Mariner. Up next, something you might not know about home run performances in a single game.
Did You Know is brought to you by the Miller Brewing Company. Sportscenter is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, now available at MSN.com.
Doesn't matter what I say, it doesn't affect you guys because your guys don't care about nothing but money. So every now and then I kick your and stomp on you and put some kind of pain, inflict some kind of pain on you because you deserve to feel the pain, somewhat of the pain that I feel.
You know you want to tune in for that. The Sunday Conversation, Mike Tyson, he covers it all. Racism, his mental state, your mental state. Oh, no. And what he has in store for Lennox Lewis. Sunday night, 11 Eastern on SportsCenter after the Cubs and Dodgers. Mike Cameron. He hit 4 homers Thursday night. 2 of those 4 homers coming in the first inning.
Did you know the only other player to hit 4 home runs in one game while hitting 2 home runs in one inning? That was old big swinging Bobby Lowe of the Boston Braves, May 30th, 1894. Cameron and Booney went back-to-back twice in the first. It was unbelievable stuff to watch.
We're out of here. I'm Linda Cohn.
I'm Scott Van Pelt. Thanks for watching. We'll see you.
See you. Bye.